Come on. Okay, we are live.
And the YouTube is like probably lagging, right? Like behind a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
but it's only like lagging by a couple seconds.
Okay, I see it.
But
I see it. I just wanted to make sure that that was all right. Cool. I see it.
all right, so we are live and rolling. Yes,
Live
okay.
and direct.
Man, I am so sorry, man.
Man,
I just
stop. Don't even
I
start
be
that
I
shit.
be
Don't even start that
procrastinating.
shit. Don't even start that shit. It's all good. It's all good.
All
I need
right,
a new
so
I need a new MacBook. Got the Vaseline
yeah,
on the
you're
lens. My
just
shit.
streaking.
You got new technology. I got old fangled. We should just start saying old fangled.
Old fangled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
newfangled. What about old fangled?
I never heard. You know what? Yeah, nobody ever says old fangled. That's weird.
No,
Oh,
newfangled.
is anybody in the chat? Okay, it's you in the chat.
Yeah, I'm in there. All right.
All right. Oh, we got somebody else viewing.
Who's in there?
All right. I'm not sure. It just says,
Oh, Joshua. What up, Joshua?
"Yo, Joshua, what's good? What's good?" All right. So, um,
You about to listen to an
man,
album? What the fuck?
yeah, we about to listen to this new album, Never Wait Again. This
I
has
was.
been. I keep looking at the computer screen. I need to look right here. So
Yeah.
it's weird because it's like I want to be able to react to what
Listen,
you're doing.
the multitask is crazy when it comes to live stuff, yo.
How do people
It's
do this?
you just do it. You get used to it.
This is crazy. Okay, so
I
I
haven't done it in a while, so like, yo, it's all on you, my nigga.
swear this is my first time. This is my first time ever going live, like with this whole setup
You
thing.
got a wild setup too, yeah.
Yeah, because I got the camera over here. I got this mic. Yeah. So anyway, Never Wait Again. It's my new album. It's coming out in a week. So August
Okay.
16th, next Saturday.
Okay. You excited?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've been
So
working on this for like a
excited.
year. Man, I should have loaded some sound effects in here. That's gonna have to be for the next
Next
couple ones.
time. This is like the first one, yo.
Yeah,
This is the tester. Like, if you're here for this, then you're here for the stretch.
exactly. Exactly. So I appreciate that being said, I appreciate everybody who's tuning in live today and anybody who comes in later to watch on my YouTube channel because this will be on my YouTube channel later after we
Okay.
wrap up. So I guess I should just get into what this album is. So um it's it's just like I guess in a way it's like an audio journal entry
Okay.
of where I'm at in life right now. Um, I'm kind of stuck in a bullshit job and I want to do bigger things. I feel like I'm kind of behind in
Right.
life, if you can be behind in life or whatever.
Yeah, whatever that's supposed to mean.
Exactly. Um, I turned 30 while recording this album and making the
Whoa.
beats for this album. So just dealing with some of the things that happen when you turn 30. Like I really thought that people over exaggerate like, oh, your knees gonna start hurting, you're not gonna have the energy you used to have to. It's real. My knees
You
don't really hurt, but it's like I fall asleep
Oh
at
man.
like 10:30. If I'm not doing anything, like I'm out.
None of
Like
that happened to me when I turned 30. I
really?
don't. No, because I don't subscribe to that shit. Like I
Yo,
don't believe in
Jackie's in the
that.
chat. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead.
No, I had a man. One day we'll talk about how I was at something, and I sort of crashed out after a conversation with somebody that was like a few years older than me. Let me just tell you this: it never stops. people that are older than you are always going to tell you some bullshit. You know what I mean? So I made it this far. You know what I mean? I was like headed to 40, and I had a
Yeah.
dude that was like 41, 42. You know, he was losing his hair, and like, you know, he was upset with life a little bit. And he was like, yeah, you know, just wait till. And I was like, mind you, I had just suffered a wild ass injury, right?
Hmm.
I did something to my leg, and
Yeah.
I healed up and was able to walk like in a week. And I went and got body work, and the dude that did body work was like, yo, what are you on? I was like, I'm on. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a suffer and like I'm gonna die tomorrow because I'm turning 40. Like, stop, because there's mad elders that's older than you and I both that can whoop
Hmm.
our ass. So as long as
For
there are
real,
people that are 70 that look 40, don't give me that crap about what's going to happen when you turn an age.
man. You know
Anyway,
what? And
enough
and
about me.
no, no, no. Actually, if you have never met C before, because you're not on Threads or or Instagram or anything like that, where C usually is, this is a great introduction to who C is. He's he's no nonsense. He's
Yeah.
from you say, I think you said you're from the Bronx, right?
From the Bronx by way of the LBC. I was born, you know what I mean, in Long Beach, California. And they brought me over here when I was a little one.
Okay. Yo,
Yeah.
Sam, thanks for popping in.
What up, Sam?
Thank you for copping a CD too. Like
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
I just got those in, and I'm gonna show it to y'all later. They look amazing. Um, but yeah, C is from New York, so
Yeah. Right now
the
it's Brooklyn all day, you know.
Brooklyn all day. Okay, my mom is from Brooklyn actually.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy, but I mean, I grew up in the Bronx and Harlem. So, like, the last 16 years in Brooklyn, I feel like, why was I not in Brooklyn to
Hmm.
begin with? You know what I mean?
Okay,
So it's interesting to live out here, and also to live in different neighborhoods and watch New York change around you is crazy.
so um,
I Flatbush. I used to live on Brooklyn and D.
oh snap. Okay, Joshua's
Yeah.
got family from Flatbush. I did not know that. You just
I want
learn
to get
stuff
some
new every day.
doubles right now. Now don't tell me about that, because we don't have none of that food over here in Williamsburg. We don't have none of that Caribbean shit.
Um, but you are a multi hyphenate artist.
Yeah.
You've done radio broadcasting.
Yeah.
Right now you're doing painting.
Yeah.
That's what your current focus is on. But you also get into sculpting a little bit because you've been doing like rings with
Weird
epoxy.
shit. Yeah.
Um, Pretty much just whatever. It's like whatever you set your mind to, you just kind of
Right.
do it.
What I
You
feel
don't
like
have
doing, making
limits.
stuff. Yeah, and I don't believe there should be any. I know from very early on, I have been like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm not here to replicate any models that barely work. You know, so like, creativity is something that's in natural in all of us, unless it's snuffed out of you very early.
Hmm.
So why would I not? I don't know how long I'll be on this planet. So I'm gonna do as much stuff as I possibly can do within my control, which is create. And these ideas come. You know, I'm fortunate enough and I have the privilege to not have a lot of the blocks that people have. But I also worked, you know, on some personal development shit. Whereas I don't allow certain constructs to get in the way of me working towards self-actualization. So part of that is creating art, you know, the way I want to,
Hmm.
and just doing whatever the hell, you know, like
Okay.
yeah, you
So
know, it's like, what am I gonna do? Be miserable with the rest of you motherfuckers?
okay, so so um so we met through this, I guess it's still kind of new. Yo, what's up,
Yeah.
Manny? Manny in
What's
the
about
chat.
it's been like
Um
a good year almost? No, through threads. So
no, I feel like it's been like two 2 years maybe of
I
threads.
nah, not that long. I mean, I feel like we're getting close to two. But Threads, yeah, I don't know.
So basically, for anybody that's not chronically online, Threads is um, Instagram's version of Twitter. You know how
Yeah.
Meta likes to bite off of everybody and copy
Mm-hmm.
everybody. So basically, we've made Twitter on a new app that was never supposed to be Twitter for real, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's the internet. So um, when I first got on Threads, I saw it as an opportunity to find other artists
Yeah.
that of just in all sorts of genres, whether it's people that are visual artists, writers, other musicians,
Mm-hmm.
singers, songwriters, all that stuff. And really it was artists that gravitated to the platform early. um, and you were one of the first people that I saw. I can't I remember the picture. It's that one where you're like you're on a bench or something barefoot, and I was just like,
Oh,
who is this
man,
weird ass nigga?
the the
Who
the
is this man?
the self portraits. That was like part of
Yeah.
a self portrait series. You know
Yeah.
what I
And then
mean?
I went to your website and I saw the I don't know if the camera, yeah, the camera does show him. Let me move this
Yeah, I
down.
see some smudge on that wall. I see you.
Yes. You basically dominated my art wall for the most
Hell
part.
yeah, that's the
Um
way it's supposed to be.
so these three right here, these postcard prints. I was unemployed when Threads first came up because I'm moving from Ohio back to Maryland where I grew up, and I didn't have a job yet, so I was just online all the time. And
Yeah,
what stuck out to me is that your art is like mad creative,
thank
wildly
you.
creative, and it just it kind of inspires me. And the the price point that you were selling these postcard prints
Yeah,
was insane to me,
right,
because normally you see stuff like this for probably no less than $50
right,
plus.
right.
But you were selling yeah, it Threads has been out for
Yeah,
2 years now. But affordable art was your whole deal that you were on at that point.
right, right.
And
I'm
that to
still
me
there.
is
I'm
important.
still there, but it's there's a spectrum of that, and I don't think people understand that.
Of course, yeah.
You know, I just realized that when it comes to fine art, like you look at a painting like these paintings are not going to be $100. Like
Right.
this big massive thing. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
thousands of dollars. And I have
Mhm.
to think in terms of all those people who aren't spoken to because I believe art belongs in all homes. So I don't subscribe to any of these so-called ideas and traditional stuff. You know what I mean? I've been
Mhm.
examining and seeing who is blocked out and who's not part of the conversation, who doesn't feel welcome for so very long. You know what I mean? And I would say there are two variables that it begins with is art
Mhm.
education and economy. So people think that I can't be a part of this because I don't know shit about art, which is stupid as hell. And, or I can't afford. And a lot of that is because the traditional market, a very elitist establishment, is driving the conversation about art. But art globally is making trillions of dollars. I don't give a fuck what you say. So if you can go to Mexico City at the beginning in January for Art Week, you'll be like, fuck this American shit. You know what I mean? So, and
Right.
that's happening in pockets all over the globe, and people are doing things independently. So I'm like, man, no, we want to make art affordable. We want to give people their first shows without them having to pay to get on a wall. And I live in a city where people are constantly taking advantage of artists, and I've been doing stuff for artists for a quarter century. So I'm very aware, and I'm aware what we can do. It's just breaking down people's ignorance and their fear, because they haven't really tried a thing. But there's so many people that have built models that are working, that are lasting, and people
Mhm.
are thriving. But if the narrative as human beings is so very narrow and very negative, because our default setting is to say what's negative, we don't shine light on what is truly happening, holistically. There's a lot of shit happening. Anyway,
That's true. That's
yeah.
true. Uh, with all that said, uh, just going back and forth and having conversations, uh, like real in-depth conversations online,
Real talk
and
shit.
and just like directly on WhatsApp too.
Yeah.
Um, it just kind of inspired me because it's like getting to know you over these past 2 years. It almost feels like you're an older version of myself.
Oh, we talked
So
about that, the mirror
yeah,
shit, you know,
I'm
because it's
telling you,
real. Because like
yeah,
the inspiration. I wouldn't talk to you if I was inspired by you. If I didn't learn something from you,
right,
if I didn't find inspiration and feel just a good frequency coming off of you, I wouldn't talk to you. Like
right.
I
No,
wouldn't
I
invite you
feel
to
that.
my
I
personal
feel
space.
that
I wouldn't have
because
met your ass in fucking Baltimore. Like, bro, we
man,
met up and I gave you the art that you purchased. So,
yeah,
you know, so like you
right
got
here
to
on the wall.
understand that the feeling is mutual, you know, and we can grow together, you know what I mean? And that's so important to me. So that's why I got on Threads. I got on Threads to do what I do in the real world, which
Yeah,
is find people that want to do something for real, you know what I mean, and keep that, you
exactly.
know, that fuel going. Like people are people fuel. So like you fuel me all the time, you know, and you're so thoughtful. You know, we're definitely similar, that mirror thing. But then there's like aspects of what you do, like you are a lot more focused, you know, you're organized in a way that I'm not.
Oh
So
shit, I
in
don't feel
seeing you,
half of organized, so that sounds crazy to me.
bro, you got a whiteboard and you check shit off. I don't do that. What the fuck are you talking about? So like I see that, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, that reminds me, you know what I mean? Like you getting back into your meditations, that reminds me. Mind you, you know, it's like I'm circling back. So yeah, we're the same, only different. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? It's
yeah,
wild. Yeah.
it is. It's so crazy. But with all that, um, we we've gone from just texting back and forth with WhatsApp to sending voice notes. And I
Yeah.
got inspired by some of the stuff you said because sometimes there's stuff you say that makes me just like fall out laughing. There, there's stuff that you say that makes me think. I even, um, I mean, we'll talk about it later, but there were times where like I really opened up to you,
Hell yeah, I
and,
appreciate
and
that,
in a
man.
way where it's just like, I even after it was over, I'm just like, I've only met this dude in person one time. So it's like, in a way, even though I know you're real, it's kind of like, or you're like a real person. It still sometimes feels like you're an internet acquaintance, and I'm like,
Yeah.
nigga, did you just do that? Like this is you had people in your phone like that you known for years that you wouldn't have said stuff like that to,
Yeah.
like you wouldn't have opened up to. So I asked you, would it be cool if I took some of your voice notes and ripped the audio from that and put it into the album? And you didn't even hesitate. You were just like, go for it, dog.
First of
And
all, you
so
sent me some shit and I didn't know it was me. I was like, what?
exactly.
I was like,
So
how you thumb through, how you like comb through my madness to place it is shout out to you, bro. Cause
man.
some of them voice notes are like sound like a maniac. I'm a maniac.
But um overall though, they just go so well with some of the things that I was feeling during the time of writing and recording these songs. So um
Teenage angst.
30
But not
year
as
old
but,
teenage
yeah,
angst.
like
But without doing too much more yapping,
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah,
I just want y'all to have that context going with
yeah.
it. So it's not like, even though he does have, yo, Six the North
What up,
Star
North Store?
is in the chat. He's here from, I don't remember what country you're from, bro, but when I DM'd you, your shit was on like sleep mode. So I was like, this dude probably waking up or going to sleep. I don't know. But oh, yo, Trey Day in the chat. Let's go. Okay, Philippines. Okay. We going from Brooklyn to
Oh
Maryland to the
shit, that's what it is.
Philippines to Ohio. Um,
Yo, where you from in Ohio?
I'm not from Ohio. I'm
I
actually
mean,
from Maryland.
where were you
I was
staying?
in
I mean,
Cleveland. I was in Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay. I've been to Ohio for 36 hours. I went to Dayton a few years
Okay.
ago. Yeah. Wright brothers, the Wright brothers.
I can't remember where Sam is from. I feel
Mhm.
like you're in Arizona. I think. I can't remember. But yeah, we all over the country. Jackie in Cleveland, in the Cleveland area.
You know what?
Um,
And what's cool right now is happening. This is what
mhm,
I'm always talking about on Threads. It can start with a small group of people. The fact that we met on Threads, we decided to do this live, we don't celebrate this album and talk about our experience working together, and then all the people in the chat room. Like
true.
you don't need to do anything. You don't need to be influencer. Just get on with a handful of people and build something. And I say this because I know, it sounds easy. Well, that's very easy. I've been doing this for a very long time, but I'm like sitting here in it. Like we are experiencing what it is to, be proactive about connecting. And just because you're on the other side of the computer doesn't make you not human anymore. I don't know where
Yeah.
we got that idea, but this is great.
All right. So Sam is from the Midwest. Okay. So we got the Midwest. We got Maryland. We got the Philippines. Man, this is crazy. So anyway, I don't want to keep talking too much longer. So we are gonna get into this album. Oh snap! This was gonna start playing. Hold up. Let me get the audio right because I know you
Yeah,
said it when we were
yeah.
testing this.
Turn it down a
Yeah.
little bit. You
Okay.
almost killed us all.
My fault. Okay. All right. So let's get into this. Never Wait
Track one.
Again. This is track one called Heroes. Mind you, C has not heard this album in entirety yet. So this is the first time.
Just got a weird feedback. I don't know what that is,
You're getting
or I might be
feedback.
bugging. Maybe it's just internet stuff. But go ahead.
Okay. All my heroes are some weirdos. So your approval is something I don't care for. What the fuck,
Y'all
bro?
let me know in the
Where
chat.
love go?
Is
4, 3,
everything
2, 1, I
good
let
with
it
the
all
audio?
go. This ain't the
Too loud, too
mainstream
quiet?
or some fake streams. I ain't an influencer selling fake dreams. Don't give a fuck how you take me. THK, whether you love or you hate me, I remain me. They couldn't break me. I shine in 4K. Smile and say cheese. This ain't for casuals. This ain't for Drake stands. This ain't for grifters. This ain't for fake friends. This is oh yeah. I take your whole stage. Suck my dick, talk my shit. I go all day. This is that Piff. This is Golf Wang. World Star Fight. Comps Adobe Flash Games. This is Jesus. This is my old days. Gold days stuck in my old ways. I'll be like this in the home with the old folks, cursing out the staff in between yelling Vine quotes. Look at all these chickens. Kick, kick, kick. Look at all these chickens. Kick, 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 kick. Mama prays for the day I rap like McCray, but I don't have faith to let me in the gates. Halos and angel wings sound pretty great, but hymns get boring. I need my 808s. More questions than answers these days. More talkers than doers these days. More subscribers than owners these days. More
Nice.
followers than leaders these days. I don't give a damn about who's president. I'm too broke to care. I got to pay rent. Payday hits, I blink, it's all spent. Now I gotta squeeze dollars out a couple cents. Abracadabra, I'm David Blaine, and don't cry, just laugh on until the pain is. No matter what, we all meet the same man. Call it how I see ya, and I ain't complaining. Look at all these chickens. Chickens, chickens, chickens. Look at all
Look at all
these
these chickens.
Look at.
Bro, it's crazy to live in this fucking country, bro. We literally live in nigga, what the fuck do we live in? Because it's bullshit. Like, I don't even want to be on the internet no more, bro. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to see no bullshit.
Yo, that track is dope. It's a great intro, and I just love that clap shit, bro. Like I love the build up. You know what I mean? It is. I'm like, you send me some stuff, and I'll be like, yo, your energy is wild. First and foremost, you know what I mean? I'm trying to remember like energy wise, like when I used to rap, like what that was like. I miss it sometimes. I miss being on the stage and even recording stuff but like this definitely took me to a place. And I mean, I did hear this one. I did. You sent me it,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay. I said again, my madness at the end. I was like, will people be able to palate that?
You know, it's funny because, you know, I just this one was, I don't even know what headspace I was in. I think it was like I was just annoyed with my job. Like
Right,
I still haven't been able to leave or like really find a decent job, or even like have the energy to put out job applications and look
right,
through all the bullshit that's on Indeed and LinkedIn
right,
and
right,
do all that performative, like, oh yeah, I'd love to uh uh fill out some spreadsheets and da 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 and customer service. I love it so much. I was like,
right. Me
bro,
write
like,
another fucking cover letter 1,000 times.
right,
Yeah,
exactly. Like I don't have it in me, dog. So it's just like one of the things, one of the ways that I cope, I guess, is uh I just laugh at everything. Everything is just
yeah,
absurd. So
right.
I was like, let me just. At first, I was gonna just go straight through with no hook, and then I had the bar where I said, "I'll be like this in the home with the old folks cursing out the staff in between, yelling Vine quotes." And then I was just like, let me just put a Vine in here,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's
definitely.
one of my favorite ones. The look at all these chickens, and it's a bunch of ducks. Like,
My brain is going on definitely doing a listening for older records of mine and doing some discussions. I've been working on figuring out a live version of like what we're doing now, so people can really get like the depth of what some of the stuff on records are like.
mhm.
And as I listen to this, I'm thinking, yeah, man, we gotta have a much more in-depth conversations. Like we could literally do one song and talk a half an hour about it. um so yeah, you got me thinking.
All right, so
But
that
I
was the
also do have questions. I do have questions about like your process to write and how you even come up with how you put the songs together. Because you're producing this stuff, and you're the vocalist, and you're literally doing everything, and we don't find that much. People generally are like, I rap or I produce,
yeah.
but like, yo, you're doing the work of a label by yourself, and that's commendable because it's not
Damn,
easy.
damn, I did not think of that. But yeah, um,
Yeah.
I guess I'll come back around to that. Let me take a note on that, but let me just start the next song real quick. So this is the title track. It's I shortened it to NWA because I like acronyms, and plus
Okay.
I like the just people are gonna stop and be like, NWA. What does this have to do with NWA, and be confused. Um,
People, I don't want to see no bullshit.
I can't wait for the answers.
Yo,
Because as
Versace
of
Burn
now,
Boy in the chat.
finish
Let's
waiting.
go.
The world has already moved 1,000 miles per minute. I can't wait for anybody that I sent beats to. I can't wait for collabs. I can't wait for people to notice me. Never wait again. I just gotta go.
Never.
I just gotta go. Time to move.
Live from Maryland, the first state of the South. It's the Thunderkidd, best in the biz. Watch your mouth when I enter Arundel County's finest rhymers, no doubt. If you ain't talking about me, what you talking about?
Wow.
If you're tired and burnt out on drill and trap rhythms, I got a brand new bounce for your algorithm, chameleon repertoire. I take hella styles and mix some THK, a breath of fresh air. I'm what the game is missing. Explosive like guts, off the top, bro, kick it slow like woo-ha. How fine my reply, super duper. Tell me calm down, take a breath, need to woo-ha. But I can't.
This is one of my favorite
I'm
beats
ill,
that I made off this project.
Drive through when the grill still couldn't afford food, couldn't make me a meal. Now I'm cooking beats some rhymes, trying to stack me a meal, yeah.
They say the hardest role you will ever play is yourself.
Took me long enough, late bloomer. Took me long enough, late bloomer. Took me long enough. Who knew stage lights would make me open up? Open jams, open mics, I'm in the rough.
Shout out Open Gem, shout out Nature Boy.
I was all about the money, really think that I rap? No, I started GoFundMe, scam and leave it at that. Y'all say the rich, but staying rich in these raps. Falling for the okie doke every time shit is wet. Oh, you're so smart. Everybody clap. Your discourse is boring. Circle jerk yap. Talking about none, some ghosts in the chat. Real recognize real where the real niggas at. Don't trust nobody and the ACAB. Then the next post you see, they the moral police. Virtue signal online. Every thread, every tweet. See them outside, it's never they blood on them. Take your head out your ass. Learn to conversate. Stop trying to turn every conversation to debate. Y'all make me nauseous, honestly, can't stand it. Who cares which side you chewing from when it's a shit sandwich? Can't think for yourself? Use a bot. Always crying online, my thumb is on the block. Chronically online bums, you can smell the brain rot. DIY my own stage so y'all can't kick me off.
Yo, Big Trip just came in the chat. What's good, man?
Yo, that stop short shit is crazy. First of all, I'm into that shit. I'm into it.
Yep. I didn't want to linger on that one. It was just like boom, I mic drop on that shit.
Right. I think also like when you listen to tracks in succession, you know, I always and I subscribe to it because you talk about a journal, you know. One of my, I won't say magnum opus, but it gave me the language of how to make records after I stopped performing was audio journaling camp. When you listen to something and it switches, it forces you to pay attention. You know what I mean? The sound is lower, it forces you to pay. It stops short, it forces you to pay attention. A sound effect, you know, a silence, it forces you to pay attention. Instead of like conventionally these albums that just go one song into another song. You know, if we're into this, like this is a story being told. There's peaks and valleys. You know what I mean? So like when you do records like that, they should stop short. They should do something that, you know, triggers a person. You know what I mean? And it keeps them like paying attention. Drop.
Yep. Very true.
I like that.
Yo, I appreciate that. Thank you. Because this was one of my favorites. This song actually was one of the first ones that I tried to write for, and it went in a totally different direction. It was slower. The beat wasn't as like intricate. Like
what made you tweak it? Like how did you change?
It was just it was fucking boring.
Oh,
like I was listening back to it. I'm like, nah, I can't. Like this. I wouldn't listen to this, and. But I was like, I loved the, I got this from a sample pack, and I loved the song that I made it from. I loved it so much that I was like, I have to have it on the album. I have to do something. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just take what I have. Kind of getting into my process a little bit. I always make the beat first. I rarely ever write something and then put it to a beat afterwards. I'm always making the beat first because I'm a producer first. I'm an audio engineer first. I'm a rapper last, actually.
Okay. I didn't know there was a hierarchy.
Yeah, there is, because I'm like, if I had to give like if life was a video game, right? My skill points are more in like composing music, making beats, and then doing the more technical stuff.
Okay.
Like rapping, I love to do it. And I like expressing myself that way. It like out of all the instruments that I've ever played, like I played violin, bass guitar, electric guitar, and yeah, like the only instrument I haven't really explored is my voice. So I just come at rapping as like, this is another instrument for me to explore, but I'm a novice at using my voice as an instrument.
Well, I mean, you know, I noticed since the beginning, for the things you've been playing for me since we first started talking on the internet, I've seen you challenge yourself vocally which is really incredible. Like you've definitely done it. You know, and I know we had some songs. I know there's like maybe one or two things where I was like, yo, just sing that shit.
Yeah.
Stop fucking thinking about it
Yeah.
and get in there and sing it. You know what I mean? Because that made more sense, you know what I mean, than trying to
Mhm.
voice it, you know. So like your voice is a big one. And that's something that you're gonna continue to, you know, evolve over time as long as you make music, if you so choose, you know. But
Mhm.
I love the fact that I've actually seen some evolution in the short time that we've known each other, even in production, in the way that you are engaging the tracks. And that's dope. Because a lot of people are flat, you know, they kind of stay the same way, you know.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like you don't have like a team around you. So you don't have like 1,000 people giving you ideas. You are just some kind of weird database where you just wake up inspired by some shit and then you go for it,
Yeah.
you know, and
That's
that's a
how it
blessing.
is.
Yeah.
That's how it is, like, and that's basically how I do stuff is like when I make a beat, I'm either inspired by something I heard, which is why I don't really listen to a bunch of other people's music when I'm
Right.
making something, unless it's like something within the realm of what I'm trying to do. Like
Yeah.
what I did for this project, I was listening to mad Neptunes, like anything that the Neptunes produced.
Yeah.
And then I was also listening to a lot of West Side Gun,
Mhm.
like the Hitler Wears Hermes 8. Bro, that album is insane. I love that shit. I was also listening to the Larry June 2 Chains album,
Mm.
and Alchemist, Life is Beautiful.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to one thing that everybody has seen already from me is that I can be explosive, right?
Mhm.
With my style. Like I can do a bunch of yelling and screaming and stuff, but it's hard for me to chill out.
Right.
So I was like, let me since I was learning how to meditate when I was making this album. So it was like I have moments where I still kind of explode or there's like
Yeah.
tension there. That's what the Heroes was. That's
Yeah.
what, Never Wait Again was. Because Never Wait Again, that second half, that came from me scrolling on threads and seeing people just complaining about the same shit over and
Right.
over and over again and just all this stuff is like just y'all shut the fuck up like
Yeah.
so that's where that came from. But then there's also going to be moments on this album where you're hearing me um just being really emotionally vulnerable
Right.
and just being also quiet and calm and chilled out.
Right.
And that kind of came from listening to people like Larry June, who's Larry June. It feels like he only has one voice. Is the
Right.
a. You can't
Right.
you
Right.
can't be wilding out listening to Larry June.
Right. Right. Right.
Um. So it's like watching him. And shout out to Versace Vermboy. You put me on to Larry June for real, and I've been paying attention to him. And then like with West Side Gun, um, a lot of the beats that stand out or the songs that stand out to me are the ones that don't really have drums, uh, or like the drums take a back seat, which is it's such an obvious like why hasn't anybody really done that? But it when you see it like done
Uh-oh. Ooh. Is that me or is that you? Dude. Hmm.
okay. Ooh,
There you go.
internet for a little bit. Sorry about that, y'all. We back.
Y'all still with us? Yeah, I was like, okay, what do we do? What
Yeah, YouTube hating. We back.
happened? What happened?
my my
All right,
wife
well, cool.
my modem was flipping out for a second.
Okay.
I'm hardwired into this shit for real. So I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, it looks like we back.
Okay, cool.
The static pause. That was all planned. Don't worry about it.
So where are we going next?
Yeah, we doing avant-garde streaming. So
okay. Yeah,
we just dropped the stream and then pick it back up.
Yeah, we did. We went analog for a minute. You wasn't logged in. You didn't have your radio adapter. You missed the analog portion of the show.
All right. So the next one, this one is called DND. Again, with the acronyms, do not disturb.
Okay.
And also narratively going with this, like, I don't want to be on the internet shit. So this is kind of where I recognized where I'm addicted to being online. I've been, I'm not going to talk about it too much longer because I want to explain it after you guys hear it.
Yeah, because we all have our level of addiction.
Yep.
Okay. Look at this.
I don't know what your life is right now, bro. Yo, log off, nigga.
My vision, blurry, TV steady. Scrolling, keep scrolling, go ahead, tap it. Got me frozen, got me trapped in. Can't put it down, I'm an addict. Social media, it's a habit. Get my numbers up, gotta track it. Algorithm block, trying to hack it. Trying to pop the shit, get it cracking. Leave me alone. Turn off my Wi-Fi, turn off my phone, hey. Leave me alone. Do not disturb, I'm airplane mode, hey. Leave me alone. Turn off my Wi-Fi, turn off my phone, hey. Leave me alone. Do not disturb, I'm airplane mode, hey. YouTube every day, since about 2010. Parasocial, I know creators better than I know my friends. I don't know anymore what's for real and what's pretend. You are real, I don't know. How do I balance when they plan? Who cares anyway? What doesn't matter in the end? I think I went too far, got my brain so broken, so man. Yeah, who cares anyway? What doesn't matter in the end? Can I ever cut the strings when they make a difference? Can't do this anymore, need something new. Strangers staring in my mirror, who are you? I'm so confused, what do? I can't do this anymore, need something new. Strangers staring in my mirror, who are you? I'm so confused, what do? Can't stay here anymore, I need the move. Leave me alone. Turn off my Wi-Fi, turn off my phone, hey. Leave me alone. Do not disturb, I'm airplane mode, hey. Leave me alone. Turn off my Wi-Fi, turn off my phone, hey. Leave me alone. Do not disturb, I'm airplane mode, hey. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
Kind of funny. The song is talking about turn off the Wi-Fi because my shit was like, oh, bet. You want to turn off the Wi-Fi so bad? Here you go. Wish granted.
You know what? That when we were talking about leading up to this, the vulnerability and like telling the truth about how you feeling, you know what I mean? That really epitomizes this record, bro. Like I'm proud of you for doing that. That one thing. There's a difference between just like saying some triggering things on records and then just being honestly vulnerable. You know what I mean? Because like you're talking about a thing that's really real. We are all on the spectrum of addiction to digital devices, and some of us don't believe it, but it's true. If you got phantom arm, if you think that something's buzzing when it's not buzzing, if you can't go, man, I'm gonna tell you some shit. I've seen people I've seen guys at the urinal with their phone, and I'm like, bro, what is happening, bro? Like pee. And and I'm dead serious. Like
No,
that's
no, you're real. I'm
it's
laughing
scary, it's
because
scary and it's sad. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because here's the thing about addiction. When people think of addiction, they think about the people that are demonized for using certain kind of narcotics or
yeah,
whatever. But because all of us are experiencing this concurrently, it's a it's a thing that we're all doing,
yeah,
and it's okay, but it's not, and the just like the health things that are happening, like the stuff that's happening to our bodies and our minds
hmm,
because of our addiction is really, really sad. And it's going to continue to come out. And like, when you realize it, like your nervous system is fucked up because of this shit, because of the damn
yeah.
phone, bro. And that shit's
It
bad.
is.
And
It
it's like
is.
it's reversible, but like the deeper you go, the harder it's going to get to come back from it.
Real quick,
Yeah.
Sam. Yes, I don't have a smartwatch because like I wanted one. Like one thing about me, I love sci-fi
Yeah.
stuff. Like honestly, if I could be a cyborg and not be and and not have to worry about somebody hacking my shit or like putting ads into my brainwaves, I'd probably have like a robotic arm or some shit by now. But
That's
if
crazy.
if I could, but
That's
like
crazy.
I can't. Like it would just be cool. But I mean, like I
Hmm.
wanted to get a smartwatch, but I thought about it, and when I realized I was addicted to my phone, I'm like, I don't need my phone literally grafted onto my wrist. Like I
Right.
that would be a bad idea.
Yeah.
So I feel you on that. Yes. Oh, okay. Joshua man with the bars.
I got a question for you, just as we talk
Yes.
about vulnerability in these records.
Mm.
Was there any time that you were writing something and then you scratch it out and say, I'm not sharing that?
Mm,
Or did you modify something so it would be less vulnerable in your writing, do you think?
for this
Or in
album,
general, like,
for this album, no.
okay.
I may have in yes, I did. I have other songs or one song in particular called Watercolored Memories.
Mm,
Um and I had to change the lyrics for that because when I was writing them at first, I was too angry. And
mm,
I and the person that inspired that song, um I love them and I'm close
right,
to
right,
them,
right, right.
but we don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff right now.
Hmm.
So I didn't want the anger to overshadow. It's like
Right,
the reason I feel like this
right,
is because I love you so much. That's why I'm angry, you
right,
know?
right. And then you
But
don't want to paint a picture that's wildly negative or anything like that.
exactly,
Like
that's the other point. I don't
protecting the person that is a subject.
exactly because I know how, I know I'm at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna share this with the world, and with how social media is and just the nature of how the internet is, you can't if you have a microphone, like
Hmm.
I don't because I see the power in what I choose to put out there, right?
Right.
Like I know that if I want to make something sound super crazy and wild, not only can I, say it into the microphone in a weird way, but I know the kind of sounds and things that I can use to put together and,
Hmm.
in lack of a better term, manipulate the
Yeah.
listener's feelings,
Right. Right. Right.
so but it would be once it's a song is going to be one-sided.
Right.
So you know, if I'm talking about somebody in my real life, um, you know, I'm not going to take it lightly like that.
Yeah,
And I don't want to just be careless with how I put that stuff together.
makes sense.
But going back to this album, I did not hold anything back
Okay.
or edit anything.
Or is there
If
anything that's on the cutting room floor, like a record that didn't make it?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I
But
because what I
you be
did,
planning your shit out. You be,
yeah,
yeah,
the way that I did this, right? Um, I made I bought a bunch of sample packs because I
yeah,
knew I wanted to make something that I wanted to dip my toes into trying to emulate the Neptune's bounce a little bit.
yeah.
Um, I don't think I don't think I've gotten there all the way, but I kind of got a little bit. That's kind of what the NWA was. But um bro, C was a radio host for 10 years. That's why he knows how to ask these questions, man. Um he really knows his shit. Um what was I saying? So I bought a bunch of sample packs because part of how I created music when I was a kid, and I'm trying to get back to that place of creativity,
Mm,
was, you know, YouTube to MP3,
yep.
ripping stuff and then
Yeah.
just kind of chopping it up, or I would do like interpolations. Like I did a cover of, I wish I still had that hard drive. I did a cover of Niggas in Paris, but
Mm,
since I know how to play instruments, I like did all the instruments from scratch and then added my own little twists and
nice.
flourishes on stuff in the beat. Um and but I stopped doing that because I stopped using samples and stuff because of like copyright and ownership
Hmm.
and stuff. I was scared of that. Like I didn't understand like how everything was. I was like, I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get, you know, myself.
Well, you were setting yourself up for a future of sync placements.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Get this
Because
money, bro.
I knew about sync because
Yeah.
I saw a clip from Vince Staples. He was like, the reason I
Hmm.
don't really be popping out all that often is because I've been making this sync money. I've been Call of Duty. I'm in the Black Panther. I'm in this.
Right.
I
Right.
don't gotta do what y'all be doing. So I was like, oh, okay.
Hmm.
So maybe that's another avenue. But then I looked into it and I'm like, okay, but you gotta own the song to do
Hmm.
that. So but yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms and music industry stuff that I don't really want to get into right now. But yeah, so I made a bunch of songs using those sample packs
Okay.
because I learned that they're royalty free, and
Right. Right.
I
Right.
learned how publishing works now. So I'm not scared of like, you know, once if this reaches 1 million streams or something
Mhm.
like that, how am I gonna
They're gonna
notify the
catch up with
person?
you.
And are they gonna
Yeah.
catch me? And are they gonna just, you know, take my music down that I worked so hard on? Like I don't have to worry about that anymore. So
Yeah.
that's what I did. I made a bunch of beats. I still have beats on my hard drive right now that, you know, I've tried to write to. Maybe some of them didn't really make it to because I didn't feel like they fit in this project, but
Right.
you may hear them later in futuristic fly shit, the next
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Um, so I didn't really leave anything on the cutting room floor. It's like I kind of just put a pause on certain ones, and it's like I'll come
Mm.
back to that later.
Okay.
That being said, let's get into the next song. It's called Sunday. If you are subscribed to my weekly newsletter, you have already heard this. Um, and I know y'all are seeing this in the little graphic there, but I have a weekly newsletter where I talk about updates for my music, like I've been talking about this album, but then I also talk about other things that I'm noticing out there in the world, art stuff, music stuff, just whatever I'm excited about. Just
Right.
wanted to throw that out there. So if you want to join
Sign
the
up for
email
that
list,
mailing list, yo.
sign up for that mailing list. because as I grow as an artist, if I when it's time to start doing like merch drops and like
Mhm.
shows and stuff like that, the email list is gonna get everything first. Everything.
Right, right. That direct, live and direct.
All right. So let's get into this next one.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thunderkidd, Fly Jedi. Got my chain on. It's like a weighted blanket, man. Haze the Cuban heavy. I'm a different kind of guy. I get fly to take the garbage out. Working hard, but hardly working. Time to find a smarter route. Had rapper dreams as Weezy F put the Carter out. Ain't nothing changed, set my pen a little sharper now. Traded waist for locks, so I rarely go to barbers now. Got my mind right, my third eye seeing farther now. Want kids, but I'm way too selfish to be a father now. Working on my mental, getting my path charted out. Used to be obsessed with content posting, I don't bother now. I'm focused on bigger things, trying to be bigger than life. Talking iconic, bigger than big, bigger than Jigga, my nigga. Yeah, I'm bigger than likes. Been back on my bullshit for more than just a little while. Spitting image of my dad, inheriting my mama style. You don't get as fly as I by accident. Gotta build it over time on the grind, steady stacking it. Stay consistent for 2 years, yeah, and I ain't slack a bit. Building from the ground up, hoping I don't crash the whip. Student of the game, looking for a way to hack the shit. Had to switch the style up and now the flow immaculate. I'm incredible, don't let me get in my froze zone. Fuck around and drop the temperature to 0 degrees. Dropped out as a freshman like Mr. Westman. Never graduated college, I got 0 degrees. No shame about it either, I'm so proud of me. Used to be a scene with low self-esteem. Then I 118, live my life like Carpe Diem. Live my life on 10, third eye open just like I'm 10. Levitating on the beat, I'm talking ultralight beam. I've been my reality until it line up with my dreams. Thunderkidd and John Cena synonymous, honestly, what that mean? Yo, just can't see him. Stupid, goofy, accuse me, you're using AI. Are you shitting me? I'm petty, so of course I let it get to me. Don't ever fix your thumbs again or say some shit to me. Be direct about it, don't send shots subliminally. That goes for everyone, male, female, in between, acquaintances, strangers, my friends, and my family. Y'all can put some respect on my name, recognize that I'm of a different pedigree. Please use my rap money to cop another piece of art from C. My studio like Momeo, what a lovely sight to see. All I ever wanted was great art surrounding me. Some gold fangs and a bad chick to go down on me. I'm a simple man when it's all said and done. Life's a short bitch, my dick long, and I'm trying to come. Sorry mama if you're listening, I'm just having some fun. You ain't heard that new thunder? Hello, are you dumb? And I feel good like Sunday morning, like Sunday morning. And I feel good like Sunday morning, like Sunday morning. It feels good, don't it feel nice? It feels good, don't it feel nice? It feels good, don't it feel nice? It feels good, don't it feel? It feels good, don't it feel nice? It feels good, don't you agree? As we proceed to give you what you need, yeah. Let it be rock. And I'm gone.
That one is one of my favorites.
You let go of some things on that one when he started. And I feel this nigga in I feel good shit.
Yo,
You let some shit go on that one.
I'm telling you, it feels so good to perform that one and recording that. Like, it took me so, yes, this was the Larry June inspo track. it took me so long to finally, like, I had to meditate a lot in order to
Mm-hmm.
clear my mind enough to where I could just,
Be
flow with it and
be
just be in the
comfortable
moment.
doing it.
Exactly.
Because you got
Exactly.
different shit going on. Because you talked about earlier, you were saying, first of all, just like slowing down. There's one thing to
Hmm.
slow down and like rap at a different cadence. There's another thing to be loose enough to vocalize. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like again, growth is happening. Never wait again.
Never wait again. No, you can't wait. Man, whenever y'all say that I sound like Kanye or like Tyler the Creator, like my heroes, I'm just like, oh my god, like stop telling me that.
Yeah.
Like
I
keep
mean,
telling me that, but
yeah.
but I'm just
It's
like it gets me like nervous. I'm like, oh shit,
well, I mean,
like
I think it's
I
cool
really
because
am who I think I am.
and listening to you, like, what I notice is I definitely notice the influences, but I
Mm,
know I hear you peeking through it. I mean, we do not work in a vacuum. If you can listen to music, you do have certain sounds, you know what I mean, or voices or beats that you make. They sound like a thing.
very true.
And sometimes you might emulate on purpose. Sometimes you don't. So like, I definitely hear the Kanye influence. I hear the Travis Scott. I hear a lot of different stuff in there, but not so much where I'm like, I got to turn this shit off. Because the unfortunate thing is there are people that literally sound like a clone of
Yeah.
an artist, And I mean
Hmm.
that's well, you think about it, like
That's how
what's
you
old
get there, though. The thing
yeah,
is, you start there, but you can't
yeah.
stay there.
No, you can't, and you gotta think about like a Childish Gambino when he first came out, he was sounding like all manner of different people. And it
Yeah,
took a while for him to like now, oh, that's his sound. Similar to
exactly.
what you call it, Willow Smith's brother.
Jaden Smith,
Yeah, so think about Jaden. Like Jaden did,
bro.
Jaden was that way. I'll give you another person who didn't really mimic anybody, but they didn't have a sound. Uh way back at the beginning, Rostrum Records, it was Wiz Khalifa didn't really sound like anything. And then he
Mm,
found his sound. It took years. You know what I mean? I remember the early mixtapes, you know what I mean, before Black and Yellow. So like yeah, it's dope to be able to see that growth, you know what I mean? But there are a lot of people that sound just like somebody, and it's like, bro, and they can't hear it. That's what's scary.
that's the worst part. You can't be an unself-aware artist. That's
Bro, way back
that's
in the day, we
terrible.
used to have this open mic in Harlem, and there was a dude that literally sounded like Jay-Z, and he even wore his hat like Jay-Z. And he really tried to act like we all looking at you like, bro, you're Harlem's Jay-Z. Stop.
Nah,
He
nah,
would
that's
get
terrible.
mad. I'm like, bro, the whole venue is like, nah, bro. It's like elders are like, who's this guy sounding like Jay-Z? It was bad.
No.
Even the ad libs. I was like, you're insane,
The ad libs? You can't take somebody ad libs, bro.
bro.
Like Action Bronson and Ghostface. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And over time though, even with Ghostface in the accent, you started to hear him, they separated. Because
Exactly.
initially you were like crazy. And then you have guys like my old Drew who can't literally help the tone of his voice.
Yeah, you can't help
Because he
some of it you
sounds
can.
like him, but his delivery is not Nas' delivery. He just has a voice that sounds similar, you know.
That being that story is a great segue into the next track, because this next track, I had to change the name of it because I wanted people to understand uh what the track was immediately. So
Okay.
you're gonna hear me use this phrase in the chorus and it's Juby Juby, right? Uh,
This is heavy Kanye.
so so no, not like that. No, Jubi, Juby.
No. I didn't mean like that. I mean
Okay,
just
I
like
was about to say,
sonically,
hold on,
energy
don't.
wise. Yeah. This is that I don't give a fuck. Yeah, Kanye shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
So this next song is called "Shut Up" but the key phrase in it is "juby juby." So at my job, I work around. Most of my coworkers are Africans, right? So if
Okay.
you worked around Africans, sometimes the way they just be putting words together is hilarious.
Yeah.
And there was this one time where somebody was just yapping, just da 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 da, and my manager was talking about, I don't want to hear none of that juby juby. Stop talking to me. And that just stuck with me.
Okay.
That stuck with me.
Okay, that makes perfect sense now.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was
Wow.
like, man. So anytime I hear anybody just like going on and on and on, and I'm just like in my head, I was just like, shut up. In my head, I'm just like, stop with the juby juby, man. You just ugh.
I love that context because now it makes me hear it with new ears.
Yes. So
Yeah.
this is another song that I premiered through my newsletter. So again, if you're not already on the newsletter, you should be hitting the link. I'm gonna put a link in the description of this with the VOD, and you should be. Man, I should have had a link ready. I could have put it in the chat. Well, for the next ones, I'm gonna put a link in the chat so I can plug my newsletter. But anyway, without further ado, this song is "Shut Up."
That's hilarious.
The song is for the people in your life that need to be told to shut up.
Use a yapper, huh? Don't be saying nothing. Use a capper, huh? Yeah, you always frontin'. Fake flex, so you ain't really stuntin'. Same lines every time we know it's coming. You don't think we see you. When decks wipe down, you see through. Them lies you tellin' won't free you. If talk is cheap, then you team move. Yeah, you ain't smart, you better slick as glue is. Lying so much, do you know what the truth is? Gaslighting motherfucker, yeah, that's what you is. Switch your story up so much, is you stupid? Finna make me start wildin', all in my face smiling. Finna make me start wildin', why the fuck you lying? You be talking nonsense, juby juby. You be talking nonsense, juby juby. You be talking nonsense, juby juby. Non-stop, please stop talking to me, huh? You be talking nonsense, juby juby.
Yo, Jay Lewis in the chat.
You be talking nonsense.
What's good, man?
Hey, non-stop, please stop talking to me. Shut up, stop talking. 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 Shut up. Lying ass, fake ass, snake ass, goofy. You the type to sell your soul for some loose leaf. You the type to tell stories that don't move me. You the type to sell dreams, but we not snoozing. Now we ain't asleep, we awake to it. Peep from a mile back, let you play stupid. Keep my hands clean, let the universe do it. Come my uppercut, singing sweet chin music. Me. Fuck what you thought. Me. That's your ass fault. Ooh, wow, man down, homie got dropped off like a UPS package on the asphalt. Knocked down, passed out, packed up and packed out. Manhandle, molly wop, huh? Put your hands down, stand back, stay down. Humble yourself, no doubt, homie. You just got knocked the fuck out. Hey, you be talking nonsense, juby. You be talking nonsense, juby. You be talking nonsense, juby.
Yes.
Non-stop, please stop talking
Got
to
the
me.
influence on that one.
You be talking nonsense, juby. You be talking nonsense, juby. You be talking nonsense, juby. Hey, non-stop, please stop talking to me. Shut up, 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 all that juby. Shut up, stop talking to me. Shut up, stop talking to me. Shut up, stop talking to me. Shut up, all that juby.
Okay. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I'm sick of all this shit, man. I'm sick of all this shit.
This man recognized his voice.
Nah, you know it's funny because as it's playing, and I'm like, man, this definitely sound like me. And then I remember, yeah, my voice is on the end of this shit. That is incarnate, just like the indicative of that energy. And I think we all experience this. And you know, from online to offline, you know. And I know, like me
Yeah.
personally, without context, sometimes people think you're like a maniac because we only get snapshots of folks, you know, all the time.
Right.
So I think about, sometimes I don't preface, but I'll come back and I'll discuss exactly why I'm annoyed. Because I don't just
Mm-hmm.
be annoyed for the sake of being annoyed. Most of the time, what it's coming from is multiple infractions. And I
Right.
start thinking about it. Wait, 10 people did the same thing today? Oh man, so this is an epidemic. And then
Yeah.
I get, because it's like you can brush off something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you drop something new and people go, I need that. You ain't finna buy it. Or the people that are like volunteer, I'm gonna get that. I had a lady, and this was on
I
Threads.
had to stop doing that.
I had a lady on Threads say publicly that she just bought some shit that she didn't buy. And I'm like, how,
Yo.
Sway? What? Oh, I just got it. I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't, because I didn't get an order. So when these infractions happen, or people are like
That's terrible.
intellectually dishonest, or people double down. So yeah, that energy, that's totally that. Shut up. You just talking, bro. Stop talking.
Yeah. So like this one, I pulled from my real life because like at my job, it's just I'm constantly having a like I know people call it the Gen Z stare, but I started doing it because I was in I instead of getting mad now, I just look at people just like, okay. But on the inside is shut up, stop talking, like all that. Like and another influence this album is just an influence of a bunch of stuff. I was also listening to the what album is it from JPEG Mafia?
Mm.
I Lay My Life Down for You. Like there's a song on there where he has a bunch of beat switches and there's a bunch of like electric guitars and he's yelling and stuff all over it. I was like, I need something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm into it.
Kind of a sequel to I Can't Add You on My Socials. You Tell Everybody Business. Magneto Montana energy. Yes.
Mm.
I'm glad you brought that up, Josh, because this this album is in a way the continuation of a previous album that I did called Clawing My Way Back, which
Mm.
was me processing, you know, a lot of feelings and stuff that I was going through at that time as well. Um, so with like where future I'll let me slow down because I'm stuttering. A lot of y'all that are following my music right now were introduced to me with futuristic fly shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that was supposed to be a side project, and that was just basically me turning on a beat and just kind of fucking around, you know.
Okay.
It became a bigger project that was more focused, but that was just me having fun. Um, but I really like to be a little more thoughtful and um, I guess I like to make music that's a little more grounded in
Right.
my real life and real experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So Clawing My Way Back was my first like foray with that, where it's like I'm gonna make something with a cohesive sound and like these are the topics that I'm gonna go on about. And so yeah. So this song kind of does sound like Magneto Montana, which is the first
Mm.
song on Climb My Way Back.
I think the longevity and the growth of you doing music and your connection with people is definitely going to be, well, we hinged upon, but that's a big part of it. Like your honesty. And that's why a lot of artists don't, you know, don't connect with people because they're not being real. They're not saying
Yeah.
real shit. They're saying shit that sound like real shit, but it's not really their life. And people can
Right.
sense that, you know what I mean? So that's a plus for you, you know, if you keep digging deep. And it just shows you by like whether a big name artist or a cult following,
Mm-hmm.
people are touched by things that really touch them. You can tell when someone is genuine, you know,
Yeah.
and you're really pouring yourself into a record. Doesn't matter the genre, you know what I mean? So like that's going to be a big benefit as you continue to make music. I know it, you know, and perform and touch people, you know, because it's authentic. And I never use that word, but I guess that's the best way to use it.
Yeah. Like I can't. I try to make music from a standpoint of I'm gonna have to get on stage and perform this live.
Yeah.
So I and I like when I do a performance, I like to go all the way. Like
Yeah, you
I
do.
can't do it halfway. So if I'm gonna be out here screaming my head off or whatever, like putting all my energy into it, it needs to be something that's real. Um, yeah, it's good to take inspo. Got to filter it through your.
Hmm.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, you got to filter everything through your own experiences. Um, so I'm actually gonna rewind this track a little bit because I
Hmm.
want y'all to feel the emotional whiplash that's about to happen with this. So
Mm.
we're gonna go into the next song. I'm not gonna talk about what it's about. We can discuss it after. Shut up, stop talking to me. Shut up, stop talking to me. Shut up, stop talking to me. Shut up, all that you be.
Okay. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm sick of all this shit, man. I'm sick of all this shit.
Feels like someone's in the water. Feels like someone's in the air. All apologies to my mini-me. If you're hearing me, I conquer fears I'm spilling on this beat right now. As I live and breathe, I finally got the balls to chase my dreams. Finally got goals within my reach. Finally got my purpose. Finally believe in myself. Wanna prove they were more than fantasies. They can be achieved. I'm acting like you in front of me as I speak. But you ain't even been conceived. Thoughts of tomorrow as I hold you, cause tomorrow serves as a reminder. The time I'm living on is borrowed, so I gotta go more than a little harder. The more I wait, the light seems to slip a little farther. God forbid my uncle's right and I'll never succeed. Just know I gave it all I had before I accepted defeat. I'd rather fail 1,000 times before I live passively. Down to the wire, my last dollar, I still bet on me, for real. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Feel it? Can you feel The face I wear is brave. There's fears I never speak. I'd rather go to my grave than have you look at me as weak. How much longer will you wait patiently? Sometimes I wonder, are you really proud of me? Pushing 30, chasing rapid dreams. Never satisfied with what normal seems to be. If I had your eyes, would I see what you see in me? For real, I'm terrified if I answer honestly. I know you risk it all for me, but am I worth it? 10 years later, if I ain't popping, am I worth it? 10 years later, still raw shopping, am I worth it? 10 years later, working Walmart only option, am I worth it? 10 years later, seems like I lost it, am I worth it? Do I deserve it? Your love, that is. Sign yours truly. THK, Fly Jedi, Thunderkidd. Feels like something's in the water. Whoa. Feels like something's in the air. I can feel it all around me. Feels like something's in the water. Oh, feel like something's in the air.
Man. I feel crazy playing that on a live.
Yo, tell me about the chorus. Feels like something in the waters, feels like something in the air.
So coincidentally, that was just that was something that was already there in the sample pack.
Okay.
And when I heard it, I just got sad. Like I got so emotional because I was already at a low point, kind of. Like, I guess, so when I started writing this song, it was when my second niece was born. Like I had this beat, but I wasn't sure like what I wanted to say on it because I was feeling so many different things. But when my second niece was born, it was just like there's two things that kind of make you put your life into perspective, and I feel like it's witnessing a loved one die or witnessing new life coming into your family.
Right.
And like I'm holding this baby and I'm just like, I want to have kids at some point, but I'm so fucking broke. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen.
Right.
You know? So like I went home, like because it was like my whole wife's side of the family was there, I think, but I went home early because I'm like, nigga, I'm fucked up. Like,
wow.
So I went home and I just put this beat on, looped it, and you know, I rapped it, I cried it. I'm tearing up thinking about it right now.
That's some real shit, bro.
But yeah, it's just heavy. So I kind of thought of like ways that I could express the feelings I was thinking of, and one of an album that was really influential for me was Watch a Throne. And there's a song, New Day, where Jay-Z and Kanye write a letter to an open letter to their unborn children.
Right.
So that's where I took that.
I got that right off. I was like, oh, okay.
See, this is why I'm talking to you.
You know, also in listening, it's very interesting just thinking about what it is to be an uncle or an aunt and have a closeness with your brother, your sisters, or progeny. It's like here's an opportunity to see what fatherhood is like without 100% being a dad. You know what I mean? You get to check out your paternal instincts, and you get to exercise these things and then pass the baby back.
right. It's like a trial version of parenthood. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But yeah, like I never felt emotions like that strong.
That's
like
crazy.
That. So yeah.
Whoa.
And then the other flip side of that was like with the feel like something's in the water. When you turn 30, a lot of people feel like, the joke and the connotation with turning 30, at least in America, is kind of like, oh, this is where you got to settle down. This is where your life got to slow down. This is where you start dying, and it's just like, I'm looking, I know that it's no good for me, but I'm sitting here comparing my life to some of my friends and my family, and I'm just like, okay, you know, I've worked all these different jobs. Like, I've worked in fast food, I've worked in warehouses, I've worked in office buildings, I've done this, I've done that, but I've never done what I actually want to do.
Right.
And it feels like I'm so far away from that. Like 30 is, it feels like where people just start to give up, especially when you're an artist, especially when
Right.
you're, I mean, before we had the Clips drop their masterpiece of an album, and before, all these other older rappers started making like really quality work, like Nas with the King's Disease series. um you know we've always, as a genre, talked about,
Right.
you're 30 years old and you're still rapping, you haven't
Right.
popped yet, like, you got
Right.
to pack
Right.
that shit up, dog.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
just
And
feeling the weight of all that stuff,
yeah.
and then I have to turn to my wife, my girl, you know and I know that I should be putting in job applications to try and get a better job and stuff like that, but I'm focused on this music. But it's also like, how long are you gonna wait for that? Like,
Right. Right.
um, because no, at the end of the day, like, no matter what it is, nobody sees your vision, your artistic vision, as intensely as you
As
do.
you do. Yeah.
And so when it's like you put stuff out there and it's not making money because of,
Right.
you just don't know, how to
hmm
market it, you don't know how to make
Right.
that happen. It can feel like, you know I'm on the clock with this shit.
Right. Right. Right.
you know I don't got time to wait. I can never wait again, like, for real, like, it's
Right.
urgent.
Right.
This is fourth quarter, every song is fourth quarter.
Right.
you know
I think it's important to say this as you're saying this, because I think about it.
Hmm.
Um, it's important that we do things that we find some peace and we find joy in,
Yeah.
regardless. You know what I mean? So, like, that's the angle. It's like, even if you had to scale back, you could never not do something that's inherently in you. That is your voice. That is the way that you release. That is the way that you heal. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate that our art is commodified. You're like, your divine ability to give something unique to the world is looked at, how do we make money from it? And what it does is it blocks us, from the blessing of having this natural thing that we don't have to, it comes out of us naturally. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So being able to figure that out in your mind, so whether or not it's a thing that you work towards it paying you and you not having to do anything, or it just being something that you do that keeps you sane, it
Hmm.
has to be done. So, like, more conversations about the importance of it. And then, there's another, you know, detour for that, and I've experienced this, is the things that you stop doing, not just because it doesn't make money, but because someone told you weren't good at it, or
Hmm.
you can't sing and all this other stuff. And it's like, if these things help you, fuck what anybody is saying. So
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
you have to do the creative thing so that you can continue to grow as a person. That shit is stifled. And you know what happens when you don't, and you're sitting,
Hmm.
how bad it can be if you don't do it. So it's
Exactly.
within us to figure out, okay, where are we going to go with this? But it has to be a part of my life. Now, I'm going to decide if it's going to be the part of my life that's going to pay me, or if it's just going to be the part of my life that repairs some of the terrible things. You have a natural gift to be able to be creative, and it don't matter what the fuck anybody has to say. And it's so necessary. There are a lot of people suffering because they're waiting for an opportunity or a moment to be themselves, and that will come through the arts. And again, because of commodification, it fucks us up. It literally cuts us off from a powerful source. You know, like your abundant light is tied into your voice and your hand drawing something, or your ability to communicate and reach and touch people, you know. And it's very unfortunate. There are a lot of us suffering simply because of that. That's what I'll have to say about that.
Yeah, like that's real talk. That is real talk, bro, and I appreciate you saying that. Like, you know, our
This shit finna make me cry, bro. This shit
oh man, dog.
yo, dog, when it hits you, I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, this shit was heavy. And I was, when you asked me earlier, you said, you know, did you leave anything out? Like, when I tell you, it took me what, like, this is one of the last songs that I actually edited down and you know, finished, because after recording it, I just, like, I was scared of it. I was like, I don't want to go back there. You know, like, it was like I closed down the
session. That's crazy.
I hit save. And I turned the camera off because I record my my recording sessions.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah. So
the realest
I'm
shit
gonna
you
put
ever
that,
wrote.
Exactly. I'm gonna put that back in the box, and that's just gonna go over there. And every time I play it, it's just like, it feels, especially if I play it for an audience, I don't know how I'm gonna perform this song for real. I'm probably gonna break down, because it feels like stepping out of the shower, like a depression shower. You know, like one of those ones where you're fucked up and you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna shower with the lights off, like that type of stuff. It feels like you just walk out the shower, no towel, no nothing. Like, I'm here. So if you in the chat you still in the chat right now, like, you really fuck with me, and I appreciate you, because I just got emotionally naked in front of you. Like, this shit is crazy.
Showering in the dark, bro. That's Jesus.
Yeah. So anyway.
That's a lot, bro. Listen, I just stepped out there and did the whole floor fucking wet.
My mother-in-law is in the chat. What's up?
Oh wow.
What's up?
Wow, that's whoa. That's a whoa.
But yeah. So of course you come in when I'm talking about that.
That's real, man. That's great.
Anyway, so again, with the emotional whiplash, I wanna show y'all the transition from being in that low place,
right,
to just going up, high vibration shit.
Right.
10 years later, seems like I've lost it. Am I worth it? Do I deserve it? Your love, that is. Sign yours truly. THK, Fly Jedi, Thunderkidd. Feels like something's in the water. Whoa.
Damn.
Feels like something's in the air. I can feel it all around me. Feels like something's in the water. Oh, feel like something's in the air.
This next song is called Sunshine 64.
Control. It's like, bro, in times like this is when you gotta lean into your gratitude. You also gotta feel your feelings, you know what I mean, and let them shits go, let them shits pass through you. When certain thoughts come, ask yourself, okay, why the fuck do I really care? You know, but take some time, man. Like, really get into your body, man. Like, realize, like, you know, move your fingers around, wiggle your toes. Like, I know it should sound crazy, but, like, you know, ground yourself in the reality that your choices are big and they matter. and that any day could be a wildly different day. And lean into that gratitude. Like, remind yourself who the fuck you are, bro.
I forgot who I was and all that I've been through. They wouldn't have survived the same if they had been you. All the doubts in my mind, all lies never been true. All the tools that was needed, been right there inside you. Speak my mind in third person, be my grind, I put the work in. Remember I used to feel worthless, guess it really all was worth it. Let go, try and be perfect, ain't found God, I found purpose. Mama gon' hear these words and say, boy, you need church service. Both my parents pray for me, keep evil away from me. We're dreaming lucid dreams too big. Y'all gon' have to make some space for me. Both my parents pray for me, but keep evil away from me. We're dreaming lucid dreams too big. Y'all gon' have to make some space for me. Oh, always silver lining, there's always a blessing. Might have to wipe your lens clean to find it. No such thing as perfect timing. Balancing no rest and the grinding. Now everything in my life is aligning. As long as it's fresh inside me, I'm still thriving. Past tense don't define me. Had to let go just to find me. To let go, had to let go. I had to let go, 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 I had to let go. You need a minute? Because I think I need a minute.
Damn, son.
God damn. Woo.
Again, I appreciate that you it's crazy hearing my voice on this record. It really is. This is a lot. I appreciate being a part of something like this. And this shit is a lot, bro. This is a lot. You did a really great job with this, man. This is incredible.
Thank you. You
damn,
know, I don't know if you remember the conversation that came from, but it was when my grandma died earlier this year. And I was breaking down, right?
Right.
And it feels kind of crazy like sharing this, but I replayed that voice note so much.
Yeah. I don't even remember the whole voice note. I just know that, I have a very atypical relationship with mortality. And when people, when people say, yo, just a family member transition, I kind of shy away from saying typical things that people say that aren't real. So I have to pause and think how to show some kind of like love, concern, empathy, and that, but the way how I do it, you know what I mean? So like, it's like and it goes for so many different really tender, intimate things that are said to me, because I don't have the same kind of view or way to process things that the overall consensus is how this is how you process it. And I think it comes from spending a lot of time recognizing. I mean, that's why we got the Skull Factory right now, just like the inevitability of that, So I embrace it in a way that a lot of people can't. Shit, I love me a good funeral. Got to tell you, I've been to some great ones. So I don't even know what I said, but hearing that and then you saying that, all of that is in that. Like, it's in there. Like, it's like if it was vinyl, it would be in the grooves of the record. Like, it's
I'm telling you.
embedded. That's crazy, and I don't even know what to say.
I mean, all there is
I
to
don't know.
say is thank you, because there's some times where my day isn't starting out the best, and when I hear like this song, when I hear this song and it starts out with the monologue, like I wasn't sure like how much of it I was gonna keep in there, but I was just like, nah, like a whole minute. We need a whole minute of this, because it's like a almost feels like a guided meditation in a way, and it grounds, like it's a that voice note is such a powerful statement, and I'm like, people need to hear this. And um like I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, because like my brain is like flooded with emotion right now. um but I like to have contrast in how I sequence the songs on my album. So if and when I give a if I give you a song that's gonna hit you in the gut, like the other one did, like 30 did, you know, I want to lift you back up and throw you into the stratosphere.
Right.
You know,
That balance is so necessary. You
so
know,
necessary.
you're orchestrating, like you're taking people through a range of emotion. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
In the realest way. And all of it, again, is your vulnerability, is your true life. But you're still crafting a story and a project. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So you want the shit to be tight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So I
exactly.
think you did a really good job of that, because there are highs and lows. And also with context, oh, it's everything, you know. So it's like it's kind of like watching a DVD and not watching a boring version of the director's cut where they're talking, you know,
Yeah,
where you're like, and I think I know that we need to be doing this more. Like this
yeah,
has to happen, because one of the unfortunate things about music, even though we know it's the universal language and so powerful, it is just not held in regard like literature or film. Meanwhile, you can be implementing the same things from literature and film. And I know, as a person who worked really hard at that as a vocalist and as a writer of things in music, that I've always felt like, damn, you're not going to get it because there's so many pieces missing. And this is
right.
actually part of how to give someone the insight, you know what I mean? And like let them
Yeah,
really feel it, because we get on stage, we talk, we play, we show some images. It's like a meme. There's nothing like the device of a meme is one of the most incredible ways that human beings have figured out how to isolate an exact moment, and we all get it for the most part. Like we
yeah,
understand it, and in that making this available to people in this format, you know,
hmm,
outside of it. It's like a listener accompaniment. You know what I mean? It's cliff notes. These are things that are necessary so that people can really feel like holistically what happened with that project. You know what I mean? So they can get
exactly.
it, you know. But anyway, yeah, I'm just saying random shit at this point.
Josh, it sounds like a prayer you
Damn.
make before taking off on a plane or a rocket ship.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's how it feels.
But this shit is scary because I'm like, what the fuck else are you going to make? Because you know, you're literally you're you're crafting your language, you know,
Yeah.
and your delivery package. So don't get really mad. It's like, what the fuck? People's heads are going to spin. you know, when you dial it
Ah,
in or dial it back. But because of the nature of you caring about the listener as well as caring about yourself, you
yeah,
will craft something, you know, that's palatable. And I think that just early in making music, you being able to articulate these things is really incredible. It's a thing that a lot of
thank you,
people desire that have been doing it for so long, but you
thank you.
figured it out early. And I think that's just because you want to be honest.
Yeah, because the thing is, I know my my viewpoint is unique, and also it's like with when it comes to rap, there's a lot of storytelling, but it's
Mhm.
storytelling from, about like street stories. I'm not from that world. I'm,
Right.
I never been I didn't grow up in the hood or anything. Like the closest I got to the hood was when I moved out to I moved to Ohio. I was living in Elyria with my aunt and uncle. That
Mm,
place was hood. So it's like um, you know, I don't have that typical rapper
right.
experience. So, and I'm not, at least in this point of my career or my evolution, I'm not gonna bar you to death. I don't have the craziest punchlines. I don't have the best music, like the
Mhm.
best samples or the best beats and everything like that. But what I can do is I can give you something that's real and
Mhm.
honest, and I know how to make it sound good.
Right.
So and then I can also do something like this where I can give you the experience around the music. I'm not
Mhm.
just throwing something out there and then, I'm not mysterious and cool and all that shit, like, I'm a real fucking person. And so, um, that's where my superpower is. I can give you something honest. I can give you something real, something
Right.
that you might be able to relate to as a
Yeah.
regular person. I'm not a super thug trapper, coke dealer, whatever, like I can't, I love those stories. Don't get me wrong. Like
Right.
I love that shit. And I do come from it's funny you said something about music isn't held in the same regard as like movies and stuff and like
Mhm.
storytelling. And I'm inspired a lot by movies.
Yeah.
Um in a way where it's like when I tell a story, I want you to be able to see it
Right.
in your mind. Like, because I know I don't have the budget to really yet. I don't have the budget yet
Mhm.
to provide that hard visual for you to see what I'm seeing when I'm making this music and sharing it. But
Right.
if I can figure out how to pull those emotions out and
Right. Right.
tell those stories,
Right.
you're going to see it in your mind.
Right.
And with the thing with music is a lot of times it's a thing, since you're seeing it in your brain, you're
Mhm.
in your mind's eye, you're self inserting yourself into the story, whether
Mhm.
it's from a first person perspective or you're watching me tell you this story but you're in it.
Right.
So I try to make movies that are just audio based. I know the visuals will come later when
Right.
I have budget and I have
Right.
the or at least when I have when I know how to film what I'm
Right.
trying to give you.
Right.
But right now it's movies for the audio movies for the mind.
Well, here's
Audio
the
books,
thing
by the
though.
way.
You should be doing what you're doing because if you're relying on visuals, that means that your music doesn't hold weight. You know what
That's
I
true.
mean? We did
That's true.
radio for 10 years, and a lot of people was like, yo, so when you're gonna do the live stream video, I was like, no, I come from radio. The whole point is using your ears. You know what I mean? So like if you can be effective, it's like use your words. Well, use your delivery so that people have a different experience that they're not used to because they're listening. So you learn how to play with somebody's ears, you know what I mean? Because that's just
Yeah.
what you're doing, you know. If you got to rely on some kind of extra bullshit, then that means you're not good at what you're doing here.
Right.
You're not an
Like,
effective book writer if you got to do some other weird shit. You didn't write
exactly.
good. Like, why are we
And
dipping into another discipline to make up for your lack of being good in this discipline? That's
man,
ridiculous. Like,
and
why?
it's funny because I see it all the time, and especially in rap. And when you
Mhm.
think about um, music from a business standpoint,
Mhm.
the visual is there to help
Yeah.
you sell something.
Right.
Um, and you kind of see it. It's like people, I mean, I feel like we're turning a corner now
Mm.
where if your visuals aren't something that's complementing the music or like extending the music further,
Right.
like supercharging it, then and you're just like throwing up a video to throw up a video, then people are
Mhm.
just like, meh.
Right.
Or you might have a video that makes people stop scrolling
Mhm.
and gets them to stop for a second, but then the music doesn't hit like that.
Right.
People are like, they're like, the beat's good.
Right.
But that's not what I'm aiming for. I um i the I know right now we're in a space as musicians where, or even just artists, art in general, no matter what you're doing as an artist, um, the world pressures you to be like, you got to have something right now, right now, right now, right now, right now.
Mhm.
Okay, like you just worked so long on this project. Okay, we consumed that
Mhm.
um, for like 5 minutes, and now
Right.
what's next?
Right.
Like, nah, like I always, again, coming back to the video game analogy, right? Like there's, if we look at it as like a fighting game, right?
Right.
There's characters that are fast and they hit, but they
Mhm.
don't hit hard.
Mm.
Like one of my favorite fighting games is Super Smash Brothers, right? So you can play with Sonic. Sonic is speeding all over the place. He'll hit you da 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 da, or
Mhm.
Fox, Star Fox, if you want to go old school.
Mhm.
Um, you spam B and he just shoots you with a little blaster, but it only does 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%.
Right.
I'm trying to be in this bitch like Captain Falcon, like Ganondorf. They hit you with that, yeah! you know, I don't gotta drop every time, every
Right.
week, every
Right.
month,
Right.
every da da da. Like I want I want this shit to stick with you.
Right. Right.
So um but yeah.
We also
So
have to always remind ourselves that, just like you said at the beginning of this conversation, yo, you're a multidisciplinary artist, right?
mhm,
Just do what the hell you want to do.
exactly.
Why are we trying to replicate anything? That's not the whole point. The point is to make the connection, to be as honest with our voices, and to continue to evolve how we involve our language so that we can reach more people, but not in a way where we lose our integrity, not in a way where we are playing a certain way so that uh, we can get people to kind of fuck with us, but also that's not real. So that's a pyramid scheme. That's gonna ball, the bottom falls out of that real quick.
Yep,
You
it'll
know, it
fail
always comes
eventually.
back to being real and genuine, and then being inventive and creative with all that we do have within
Yeah.
reason. You know what I mean? There's I say this to you all the time, like, we got to be expansive in
Mhm.
our thinking. Think big, bitch. Think big. Like, that's
Yes.
what separates you from people who are trying to do something quick, again, and it being tied to economy and the commodification of our divine creative ability. You know what I mean? And anybody watching this that's a creative in any shape, form, or fashion, doesn't even matter if it's music or art, but you can be creative in finance, you can be creative in everything that you do as a human being, because that's all we fucking do. Just remember, you could do it however the fuck you want. And sometimes you need to turn the noise off. Sometimes you need to log off. Sometimes you need not to listen to motherfuckers that don't really listen and they have input and they have nothing good to say. And just ground yourself in the reality of, I enjoy this thing that I'm doing. And if I'm going to make me a million, then I need to do the steps to make it happen. And it is possible. If I'm not, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, don't let anybody stifle your ability to be as creative and expansive as you possibly can be, you know, because what's the point of doing this if you feel miserable doing it? You have snuffed out your superpower. That's insane.
Exactly. And on that note, we're going to go to the last song here.
Whoa, what a journey.
Yeah, so we're going to go to the last song.
Sunshine.
And it's just me talking my shit a little bit. We're almost 2 hours in here. If you still listening, you still rocking with us in the chat, I want to thank you so much. If you're coming to this later, thank you as well.
Invicta on my left wrist, nah baby, that's a rollie. Confidence delusional, ain't heard what you told me. Henny in my Coca-Cola. Time moving too fast, so I sip it more slowly. If you think I'm nonchalant, probably don't know me. If we ain't spoke since oatmeal, that was the old me. Sometimes my sound digital, sometimes I do soul beats. You feel it every time I'm on the mic, I let my soul speak. Sometimes I'm wildin' out, other times I'm low-key warrior. Spirit of Thor mixed with the mind of low-key. Always got a trick up my sleeve, y'all can't hold me. Turn off the fake humble talk. Niggas can hold these nuts. I do it better than these jabronis. Can't compare the stats when they promos be phony. Y'all call anyone a rapper that wears J's and goatee. That's why right now the game look like a freak show, please. Middle fingers to the music snobs. Y'all can blow me. Anyone trying to police my art can die slowly. Too much work on my craft done for y'all to fold me. Through any storm, I remain timeless like Tony.
But what you've just witnessed is the performance of a lifetime!
Invicta on my left wrist, nah baby, that's a rollie. Confidence delusional, ain't heard what you told me. Henny in my Coca-Cola. Time moving too fast, so I sip it more slowly. Hit the ground running all year, my Nikes. Chances of me stopping soon ain't very likely. Fly Jedi 101, baby, ain't no one like me. Nick Fury, the way I played it, nah, I'm more Kevin Feige. Serving y'all a universe that sounds so cinematic. You ain't got a choice except to start marveling at it. Gave you a whole tape of flows so intergalactic. Collabs all 2024, yeah, back to back it. This ain't happened overnight. I've been this way since Run DMC taught me how to walk this way. Stick Rick, the ruler, Kumo D, Big Daddy Kane, Q-Tip, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Weezy, Hov, and Ye. Too many legends to name, from P-Rock to Travis Scott. I'm hip-hop all day. I guess all I'm trying to say is Thunderkidd like Doom, all caps when you mention the name. Invicta on my left wrist, nah baby, that's a rollie. Confidence delusional, ain't heard what you told me. Henny in my Coca-Cola. Time moving too fast, so I sip it more slowly. Yeah. 2025 and beyond, baby. Ankhle Conscious, where you at? Never wait again.
That's all she wrote. That's all he wrote.
Man. I'm so glad y'all are picking up on the MCU rhyme scheme that I did. Like I wasn't sure. I was like, I feel like, cause I'm a nerd. I love pop culture and comic books and manga and all this shit. And I'd be sprinkling some stuff in there, and sometimes people catch it, and then other times it just like shoot right goes right over people's head. And so when I'm like name dropping directors and shit, like I'm like, people are gonna understand the Nick Fury, Kevin Feige, Marvelin universe.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's dope. That's dope. We out here making blurred music, baby.
That's what's up. Blur's in the building. So how you feel after finally sitting here playing it through and talking it through with the people?
Oh man, I feel so good. I can't like there's no better feeling than release day. So I know
Mhm.
that the album doesn't actually drop until next week, but
Mhm.
just being able to share this with people that actually give a fuck, who actually care, and
Mhm.
just want to stick around, like it's insane because
Right.
growing up, like I felt kind of disconnected from other people that cared about like music and art the same way that I did, just
Mhm.
because I was living too much in my head. So
Right.
I was probably surrounded by people who cared about the same shit that I did, but I
Right.
just wasn't present enough. So now that I am, like, being able to find my way back to that and find people who care and people who have the same interests, it's amazing. Like, I thank you so much, whether you're right here live with us in the chat or you're coming to my channel later, because this will be up on YouTube after we wrap up, um, and you appreciate, you know what I've been able to put together and what I've been able to present. I thank you so much.
Ooh. Yeah. Finding your way back instead of crawling your way back.
Man, I am
Evolution.
here. I'm
Evolution.
here.
Evolution.
Talk about it. Talk about it, boy.
That's crazy.
You know what? Speaking of the CDs, there's my backpack up here. So I just got these in the mail the other day.
Hmm.
So they're blank right now. I still have to burn them.
No, you took it back. Well, I don't know if you saw it a while ago. I think I probably was thinking about it because you put them out. But the day that we used to go pick up our stuff in New York, all of us went to the same spot to get our CDs. There's a spot called MOS in Harlem. And there was
Yeah.
nothing like the day that you went and picked up your shit. You were looking at your shit all proud and whatnot. Like you reading your own liner notes like it's not your record. And on your way back home on the train with like a spindle of CDs and all the inserts, and you gotta put your shit together. There's a lot of artists that will never experience that. And I love the fact that you're doing that now. It gives you it's really dope to see because I experienced that thoroughly. You know what I mean?
Listen.
And
Oh, go
that's
ahead. Go ahead.
no, it's just crazy. Like a lot of artists don't know what that experience is because they don't live. Life is different now.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you miss CDs, like you missed out big time.
Yeah,
And I was born in 95, so I witnessed the world before we moved all digital.
yeah,
So, CDs were the only way to listen to music until I got an iPod in like
right,
2009.
right.
And even when I had, exactly, having physical is just different. It
It
like being
is
able to have it in your hands and
right,
have it tangible.
right.
Like that's a whole different feeling.
Right.
And having a CD player, especially if you have one of the joints where it's clear on the top so you can see it spinning,
Yeah. Yeah.
like it's it's just a whole different feeling. And one um I want to say, I guess looking back on it now, it's kind of a canon event, but
Mm-hmm.
the few times where in high school I made mix CDs for people because
Yeah.
I was looking for people that cared about rap and music the same
Right.
way that
Right.
I did. Um, I don't know if anybody was on you. There was like around 2008, 2009, there was like this whole movement of like online rappers. And it
Yeah.
was like they were mostly like on YouTube. So like people like D
So,
Pride,
mm-hmm.
um, Dumbfounded. He has a
Mm-hmm.
podcast now. He does podcasts. I can't remember what it's called, but he's
Yeah.
a Korean rapper from California. Dumbfounded,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was Wax.
Yeah.
Um, Timothy De La Ghetto, before he got on Wildin' Out, he was rapping and shit. So Prince EA, before he started being fucking weird and doing like the weird
Mm.
motivational speaker stuff. Yeah, you're right. Um I made a couple mix CDs taken this was another thing back then. The mixtape, it was like the mixtape slash blog era. So whenever a hot song
Mm-hmm.
came out, every rapper was on it. So
Right.
like when Gucci Mane dropped Lemonade,
Oh my
everybody had a
God.
Lemonade verse.
Right.
When Beamer Benz and Bentley
Mm-hmm.
came out, everybody had a Beamer Benz and Bentley verse.
I got a video to that. Like even I got on
You have
that.
a video? Oh my
Yeah.
god. But yeah, I would take
That,
I would
yeah.
I remember, I my parents were pretty strict, so I
Mm-hmm.
didn't go to parties and stuff when I was growing up. But, people would tell me, "Oh, I'm going to a party, da da da," and we never have music, so I would make mix CDs if I really liked you. I would make a mix CD and I would put so much time into it. I'm like, I'm over here like pulling this verse from here or like pulling this song from here, this song from here, YouTube to MP3 ripping shit, putting it together, and then I'd write. Sometimes I would write the track list on the CD. Um, Other times I would take a Ziploc bag, put the CD in the Ziploc bag, and then I'd take a piece of paper and write out the track list and everything. So, and if they're a YouTube rapper, I'd be like, "This is so and so from YouTube," so you could go back and find it, you know. And people would come back to me and they'd be like, "Yo, this CD was so crazy! Like,
Mm-hmm.
we was playing in the party and da, 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 da." And just knowing that it's like I was able to touch people in that way,
Right.
um, without me even being there. Like
Yeah.
being able to physically share music is just something that's near and dear to me.
Right.
So, um, you know, I know a lot of there's gonna be a lot of talk about direct to consumer
Mm-hmm.
with artists nowadays because especially at the independent level, a lot of people are picking up their pitchforks and torches for Spotify and saying fuck
Mm-hmm.
streaming and everything.
Right.
But I just want y'all to know that when I'm out here pushing CDs, it's not like, oh, who cares about CDs? Because, people don't even have CD players anymore. I know
Right.
there's people out here that care about music to the point
Right.
where if you want to play this, you will go play it. The same
Right.
way
Right.
that
Right.
you can go to Target and get a vinyl. Nobody fucking plays vinyls, but if you really want to play that vinyl, you're gonna go
Right.
take your ass somewhere
I'm gonna
where
get
you
it.
can get a record player and you're gonna play
Right.
it. This
Yeah.
isn't for looks. This
No.
isn't like, oh, I'm just trying to get paid off of my music so bad. Like, is that nice? Yes. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna be completely honest, like I'm not really making money from this.
Right.
So I like the I'll throw that motherfucker on my PS2. See, you have a CD player,
Exactly.
bruh.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
if you have a PlayStation that has the disc drive, and I know the PS5 digital
Right.
or and that Xbox shit, they don't have disc drives, but if it has a disc drive, you can probably play that CD if you really want to.
You know
And
what? I'm sorry. My
you can
brain
rip
just
the
went
audio
somewhere,
off that
bro.
shit. Go ahead. What
My
was it?
brain just went somewhere. So, basically what you're discussing is something that we're hitting a point where people are like, wait a minute, I don't have an artifact. I don't have
Exactly.
anything to touch. And people are
Exactly.
going in that direction. We're gonna, history repeats itself. People want a tactile situation. It was like, I don't want your ebook. Where's the real book? I mean, well, listen, I didn't have the money to print up a book, but maybe I'll make you a chapbook. But there was a DJ, and I mean, people have been doing this too. As we got into the more digital era, people were swapping USBs. People
Mhm.
were giving people that, because even if it's still digital, you still have this exchange where there's a thing happening where you have to do some kind of work. You know what I mean? And even in making, say, like a Bandcamp. Bandcamp is a good example of, let me do something that's more than the music, but give you something where you have to be engaged with what's happening. You know what I mean? I got
Right.
400 megabytes of data. So now I
Mhm.
can put video, I can put a PDF so that you can be engaged more than just hitting the button to hear.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
mean,
be
even,
active. You
you
gotta
know what I
actively
mean?
care.
And I think what I know what you're doing is you're reconnecting people to that. You know what I mean? The thing that they crave, that the desire, like you want to
Mhm.
hold something, you want to touch something, and you have to be realistic about a cloud. If you don't have backups and the cloud goes, what do you do
Exactly.
then? And there's a lot of discussion about that gradually happening too. You know what I mean? And it's just like the people will be looking for it. People will be like,
Yep.
damn, I wish I could. And then never mind, people don't realize that Spotify don't have all the music. It don't have that much music compared to the music that has existed. There's a lot of shit that never got digitized. You know what I mean?
For
What
real.
happened? What just happened? Right? Oh, you took the thing off.
Yeah, I'm taking the thing off
I was like, why
because
my
we're just chatting.
face jumping around and shit?
Sorry.
But I didn't want to cut you off, but the thought was there, and I'm like, this is in all our conversations about what is the model for us to connect with people. This is a component,
Yes.
and it's necessary, and I think, and I know that if we have more conversations about this and we do it more widely, people will adopt this ideology because it's necessary. This is a human thing that's happening. We want to
Mhm.
touch something. We want to have something. And for all the years that everyone was like, nobody buys CDs. You know who never stopped having packages? Korean, K-pop, J-rock. They
Exactly.
never stopped. And then, like,
Exactly.
when we talked about like being anticipating that Travis Scott drop,
Yes.
this hasn't stopped. It's just
It hasn't
stopped.
stopped.
It hasn't. Like the packaging, like getting something and having something and touching it, and the anticipation hasn't stopped for people who truly love music, for
That's
people
the
who truly
thing.
love just the energy and that experience, of anticipating something. I mean,
That's the
even
thing.
if you bought a piece of art for me, I'm trying to create an experience because a lot
Yes.
of us, since we been locked in and doing this digital shit and COVID and everything else, humans want to do human shit. So why
Exactly.
not feed that desire? Stop listening to people that just
That's
are
what I'm saying.
miserable and they can't figure it out. Cause like,
So let me cut you off real quick.
nah, go ahead, do your
So
thing.
so this goes back to this one of the lyrics in the first song, Heroes. I said this ain't for casuals. This
Mm,
ain't for casuals.
right.
This the CDs, it's not for casuals. It's for people that actively care, people that actively
Hmm.
give a fuck about music and art. This isn't like some stock image or something
Hmm.
that I found. If you know anything about how I create stuff when it comes to the visuals for anything, cover art, um, cover art, album art, anything.
The
the music
gloves you wear
videos,
on stage.
the gloves, the outfits. I'm putting all that shit together. It's all thought of together. I designed this myself, right? Part of the or where this design came from is two different things. So with the first CD that I did, I should have had it sitting here. Hold on.
Yeah, look at him walking off the screen. No dead air. I'm from radio. You can't be quiet. No silence.
My bad. So with the first CD that I did, the futuristic fly shit, right? So
Yeah.
you open it up, it looks great and everything when it's sitting still, right?
Right.
And then you got the card, you got
Mhm.
the sticker. But then when you put this disc in a CD player,
Mm.
all the colors just kind of wash together and it looks kind of
Mm.
gross.
Mm.
Like, I can't lie. Like, these pictures are great, don't get me wrong,
Right.
but Josh, who'd you kill, bro? That's from the Open Gems, the Open Gem shit. Shout out to Open Gem and Nature Boy. I know Nature Boy is the face of Open Gem. That's a
Mm.
creative collective out in DC and like in Baltimore. They be holding
Mm.
events, live shows for artists in our area. But anyway, when you look at it, it looks great when it's stationary,
Right.
but when it's spinning, it just all kind of blends together and it doesn't really look cool. So I was trying to think, what could I do to make a disc design that looks good when it's stationary and when it's
Mm.
spinning. And then with the colors that I had, I was just infatuated with the color green for some reason. Kind of like, that's a whole nother tangent I could go down with the color choice. I'll probably make a
Mm.
YouTube video where I'm explaining that. But I was just thinking of the form factor, right?
Mhm.
It's a circle. I want you to play it over and over again, and I want it to be a little hypnotic when you're looking at it and when it's spinning. So I made
Yeah.
something where it looks good no matter how you open the package, because
Right.
like
Right. Right.
sometimes when you open a CD, sometimes it's upside down or whatever.
Yeah.
No matter what angle, you can still read it. You can still see everything.
Yeah.
And then when it's spinning, everything goes together.
Right.
And then when I was visualizing it in my mind, it kind of looked like a race car tire,
Mm.
right? So I have been dipping my toes into um, watching F1 racing and just
Mm.
motorsports in general, but mostly mostly with the F1 stuff. Like, I'll watch
Okay.
the highlights and everything. I'm not watching the live races because it's like them shits happen at like 2 a.m. because they're on the other side of the world. But one of my favorite wait, give me 1 second. Are you going to the DC one August 28th? No, because I'm still broke. But after we get off this stream, me and my wife are gonna make the last payment on her car. So that's gonna
Oh shit.
free up
That's
some
funny.
money.
The
Yeah.
last talking about a car, last payment on the car, talking about car
Exactly.
shit. That's hilarious.
Exactly. It's all connected. Ha ha ha.
A fractal within a fractal.
But yeah. So let me see if I have I should have had all this stuff in a folder ready to go. No dead air. No dead air. Man, I'm not good at this.
Yo, so
Yeah.
while you're doing that, I just wanted
Yeah.
to shout out everybody that's listening and tuning. I appreciate all of y'all being here to support the project, support my dude here. And let's continue to like do these things. This is not hard. It's not really hard at all. Let's connect with each other and let's think about, as artists, as creatives, like, what are we really giving the people? You know, especially people. One of the things I think this is like a pet peeve of mine is the dialogue from a lot of independents online, it just sounds like you don't really give a fuck about me, that you want me to buy the thing that you have, and you want me to listen, you know. Like just having concern with people as an artist, it's like, yo, it's a lot easier actually as an artist to connect with people if you truly want to connect versus just not having any artistic or a connection vehicle. So think about like how powerful it is. And then everything that you do in the world, it just reverberates. It like gives other people license. It gives other people permission to be creative and to want to connect. So if we want to see things differently, we have to actually, I'm not going to say be the change, but it would behoove you to be proactive about the way we connect. You know what I mean? And I thank y'all for being here because that just shows that you're the type of people who would spend a Saturday, a Catterday, um, connecting with folks that shit. Honestly, how many of us have actually met in person? You know what I mean? This is like pure internet. I got to go see you in Baltimore, which was incredible.
True.
Right. But there are
Yeah.
people in this live, shout out to Joshua. They're like, we just been communicating online. You know what I mean? And they've been supporting our creativity. They are wearing shirts and buying art, and I'm so grateful and appreciative of just the experience. But this is just one small example of what can be done, you know. And this is what we used to do. I'd say early internet from 2000 to 2015, it was a shared listening or video, you know, visual experience. There was a whole lot more hashtags that work and getting behind artists and helping them, you know, reach virility or whatever you want to call it, you know. All we got to do is dial it back. Just get back to what we were doing maybe 10 years ago online and stop relying on the metas to decide what we're going to do, how we connect with each other. The fuck?
So, one of my favorite, in F1, they call the paint jobs liveries. I don't know what that's about. But one of my favorite liveries, especially with the tire design, is the McLaren design, because they have Google Chrome as a sponsor. I was trying to zoom in on one of these pictures, but I can't get it to zoom properly. But if you look, you know, you can see like I think Pirelli is the tire company that sponsors F1. So you have the words around there, and then you have the Google Chrome colors around the inside of the wheel. So it's one of those wheels that looks great when it's stationary or when it's spinning.
Okay.
So that's where the um, inspiration came from. And then there's also, for a more literal interpretation of what I was going for, there's also the Kick Sauber team. I think now they're Steak as well. I like the shade of green that they have. That slime, uh, that slime green. Almost looks like antifreeze or something.
Dude, are you gonna become like a Formula One race car driver? Because it's like you making this like peep this shit. So you're making this CD look like a tire, but
Yeah.
you also wear racing gloves and you also wear like racing jackets. Are you gonna fucking like? Is that your next thing? Are you?
If I can do it, that would be dope.
Are
I
you gonna
don't
race
think I have.
cars, bro.
Man, if I had the money to have like race cars, that would be sick.
I mean,
Honestly,
there's definitely got to be a way to like walk your way into it.
could be.
That
Could
shit would
be.
be crazy.
You know, got off work, usually throw on music to decompress, unwind. So this is dope and what I needed. Man, that I'm glad we were able to provide that for you today. With this being my first live stream for real, I wasn't sure how this was gonna go. But this has been amazing, and I was just like, you know, I'm only gonna go for an hour, maybe. We'll probably just get on there and play the
It's
music, and then just
crazy.
get the fuck off. We're like 2.5 hours in now.
Yep.
If you can hear me down there, babe, I'm sorry. I know it was only supposed to be an hour.
Yeah.
But this shit is fun. So I might
So
have to do
what?
this.
So you're doing it again next weekend? What's happening?
Yes. So what I'm doing, we've been talking about these physical copies of everything. But if you want to stream the music, you can stream the music on
Mhm.
release day. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can stream the full album or you can just stream individual songs. Um, and then you can also go to Bandcamp. It's I can get my link here eventually. I'll be promoting that later. Um, and that's where you can buy digital downloads. But when it comes to streaming, um, I need to pick up my momentum with streaming
Mhm.
again. So the best way to do that is to drop singles, unfortunately.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to be dropping the full album on August 16th on streaming. It's just going to be one song at a time, but it'll be one song per week. So
Mm. Dope.
the big complicated plan, the short of that is when the week that another song is going to drop, I will be coming back here on my YouTube channel around the same time, 2 p.m., and
Okay.
I will perform the song live. And
Dope.
then also to bring art into the conversation, I will be, let me pull this out. So I have these little canvases,
Mm.
and I'm going to basically play the song a couple more times. And while it's playing, I'm going to paint live. And then after the live is over, I'm going to scan these into my printer, and then I'm going to have art prints available. So
Nice.
this is another way, even if you can't get a CD, because the CDs are $10, but the art prints will be
Mm.
$5. And
Right.
again, with how shipping costs are, $5, you're basically getting this for free. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm selling these at cost.
Right.
I'm not overpricing or jacking the price up or anything like that. So that's another way that you can have a piece of Never Wait Again. But if you do want a CD, um, you can either Cash at me, Venmo, or PayPal. $10 for a CD. If you want to donate more, you can do that as well.
Feel
Um,
free.
feel free. If you have it and you feel compelled, you feel generous, thank you. But I'm not out here trying to beg for like, please buy a CD for $25. Like, I'm not doing that. Um, yeah, just $10 for a CD, $5 for an art print if you feel so inclined. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of shit going on. So I will be coming back here every week until the entire album is on streaming. Um, doing this live painting thing, giving y'all a live performance um, in my studio space here.
Dope.
So yeah,
Yo, thank you for inviting me to be a part of this. And just I got a lot to think about now. I do. It's just a lot.
thank you for making time for this. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, and then also thank you for um, just changing the way that I show up on online. Um, with me being chronically online since I was about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11, I've mostly just been somebody that lurks,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I've had a YouTube channel for so long, but I didn't start like actually commenting or even liking people's videos uh until I started sharing music.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, and also being consumed with with like, oh, I have to make sure all my hashtags are right, and I'm sharing at this specific time, and
Yeah.
my, this, that, and the third, and maybe I need to make longer videos or shorter videos, or maybe only do uh 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 I can't post photos anymore, and if I do, I have to post them with the music and just all
Yeah.
this shit. It's like, shut up, just post something, just
It's
share
just keeping you
something.
from actually getting some shit done.
Exactly. Exactly. So our conversations, and then also just seeing somebody that is an artist that makes stuff that's inspiring, and they actually talk the talk and they walk the walk, and they're not just out here trying to rage bait, or doing the woe is me type shit, like nobody's paying attention to me, like that kind of stuff. Like, that's important, like giving an
Yeah.
example, and like really being about the shit that you're talking about. That's important. Like, we need more of that. And
I know
i
from
I applaud you for being that.
I thank you for that, acknowledgement. And I'll say this lastly, that I I recognize that you're a person that I could actually give my time and my energy to, because you proactively get shit done. And when you're looking for that and you can't find it all the time, sometimes you find it through a person online. Sometimes, you know what I mean? All
Yeah,
I ever want to do is find another person that want to get this work and do a thing, and wholeheartedly. So you have been that, and also more inspiration and just a reminder. So I think it works out that, you know, you put things in my line of sight that force me to think about things I need to think about. And I think I'll do the same for you. And
definitely.
that's the way it's supposed to be. Again, I'm not having no friends or nobody I'm associated with that I'm not learning from, or I'm not gaining some sort of inspiration. And, because then why? Why?
Yeah,
What the
pretty
fuck?
much. It's just like that.
Yeah.
Why?
But yeah, on campus missing, gotta find him. I'm about to head out again to shoot some more, trying to lock in as many hours as I possibly can
Okay.
for a bigger check next week. So I'm back in the street in a few
All
minutes.
right. So with that, grateful to wait. Just want to read this comment real quick. Grateful to get to know C from this live, especially based on all the times you mentioned him. Best believe I'm gonna find me a print to purchase. Yes.
Oh,
That
yeah,
being said, agtraphouse.com. I'm putting it
yeah.
in the chat.
And
agtraphouse.com.
if you become a member, there's a free tier. So whatever you buy from my shop, you automatically get a 10% discount.
So it's half of a blog, half of it is a blog, and then it's also a shop. So
Yeah.
if you become a member, you'll get access to the blog, and then like he said, it'll be um 10% off of everything in the shop.
And yo, just hit me up. My DMs are open as long as it's not fuck
Yes,
shit. So like if you really want to build on something, or you just want to you need a sober symposium. We all need that. You need to find those people that you can just holler at about things and chop it up and brainstorm or whatever it be. You know what I mean? I am always willing to like listen to a thing, give insight or whatever. I have a lot of experience in a lot of things, and I will never lie to you. I'm gonna be forward because I want you to be as good as you can be at what you're doing. So like the DM is open. Hit me.
yeah, and really don't be on no fuck shit, because if you come up in there on
I'm
some
gonna
fuck
talk
shit,
about you.
and then it's like, oh yeah, I found you from the Thunderkidd live. Like, I finally found a mentor, so don't fuck that up. Okay. Like, damn.
Who the fuck is this idiot that just came in my DM? Thanks a lot, Thunderkidd.
Right. Find myself like shadow banned and shit, left on red. Um, but yeah, so yes, and essentially your own tiny desk concert every week
That'd be
so
dope.
for basically for the next 8 weeks, I will be on here. giving live performances, basically my own tiny desk, because I have a tiny desk right here in my
Literally.
studio space. Yeah, literally tiny desk. So I'll be putting those those reminders out in the newsletter. So again, if you have not subscribed to the newsletter, I will be putting that in the description of this. And then also you can hit me up for anything that I've mentioned here. So if you need the link to the newsletter, you want to cop a CD if you haven't already, shout out to you if you have copped a CD. I'm gonna burn those soon and I'll have those out to you as soon as possible. But yeah, if you need my Cash App or anything because you want to purchase a CD, if you want the link to the newsletter, hit me up, DM me. If you have my number, you can text me, whatever. You can also email me. Look, I'll put my email in here,
Yo,
thunderkidmusic@gmail.com.
Chelsea about to handle you, bro.
I swear, 2.5 hours. I got
You
to take
get
her out
it?
to lunch for
Chelsea
this.
about to handle you. Chelsea handler. Anyway,
But yeah, so man, this was fun.
there's a
So
lot.
yeah, I'm gonna be coming back. Hopefully, y'all will keep it locked in on my YouTube channel. Let me do the YouTuber thing. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, mash the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell as well if you want more notifications on what I post. But yeah, I'll be going live every week. I'm gonna try to have it on Saturdays with my fuck ass work schedule. Sometimes I won't be able to do that, and if it's not on a Saturday, I will let you know through the newsletter, through Threads, through IG. So yeah. But with that being said, thank you again for tuning into the live. Anybody that's watching this on YouTube afterwards, thank you. I've been Thunderkidd. This has been C, and I think we're going to end it here.
God bless and good night.
All right. See y'all next week for release day. Never wait again.
Mm-mm.